The euro gained value in early trade yesterday, driven by upbeat data from the euro area. Eurozone GDP grew by 0.3% in the first quarter, beating market expectation for a 0.1% increase. The European currency was also supported by data showing that consumer price inflation across the Eurozone remained at 2.4% in the year to April, and annual core inflation rate, which excludes energy and food items, declined to 2.7% in April from 2.9% in March. In late trade, however, both the euro and the British pound came back under pressure on expectations of the US Federal Reserve's potential policy shift. Such a prediction came on the heels of data showing that US consumer sentiment weakened sharply, with the Conference Board Consumer Confidence Index coming in at 97 in April, down from 203.1 in March. This suggests that a high interest rate environment is challenging for the economy. Recall that US economic growth for the first quarter fell far short of forecast. Against this background, markets see the Fed's monetary policy as contributing to a slowdown in economic growth and business activity in the country. Today, all eyes will be on the Fed meeting. The regulator is widely expected to keep interest rates steady at 5.5%. While earlier comments from Fed officials signaled an imminent rate cut, the latest inflation report fueled predictions that the US central bank would have to think twice. The Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index, the Fed's preferred inflation gauge, also indicated that inflationary pressures in the United States remain strong. Against this backdrop, the central bank will be forced to delay interest rate cuts. Thus, a shift towards tighter monetary policy could back the dollar up, dragging the euro and the British pound further down. Today's macroeconomic calendar also includes data on US manufacturing activity. If the ISM manufacturing PMI falls into negative territory, it will make things more complicated and point to stagflation, a situation in which inflation accelerates and the economy slows. In addition, traders may take notice of the ADP National Employment Report, which could add to market volatility. If policymakers signal that they still expect to start cutting rates this year, the greenback will likely weaken, allowing the euro and the British pound to gain upside momentum. Now, let's move on to technical analysis. According to the euro-dollar chart, it's worth focusing on the levels of 1.0639 and 0.601. False breakouts at these marks will generate buy signals. However, this scenario is less likely. The best way to make a profit is go short on a false breakout at 1.0697 or on the rebound at 1.0751 following the Fed meeting, counting an intraday correction of 40-50 pips. If the price breaks below 1.0639 and tested from the bottom up, the euro will dive to 0.601. Its breakout will pave the way to a deeper decline to 1.0569, 0.540, and even 0.521. Much will depend on the Fed's policy decision and Jerome Powell's remarks. Speaking of the British pound, the situation is the same. False breakouts at 1.2490 and 25.25 will generate strong sell signals. If the Fed takes a hawkish policy stance, sterling will most likely fall below 24.49 and head towards 24.17 and even 23.83. At the level of 1.2383, I recommend going long on rebound, expecting a 25-30 pip move. Long positions at 24.17 and 24.49 can only be considered on a false breakout. If the Fed signals an easing path, bulls will have a chance to break above 24.90. If the price tested from the top down, a buy signal will be generated. In this case, the British currency is expected to rise to 25.25 and probably 1.2565, where it will be a wise decision to go short on the rebound to catch an intraday correction of 35-40 pips. Best of luck.